Rachel and I both have unlocked iPhones, and our plan for our around the world trip was to bring one phone that had a cellular plan on it still, so we could maintain a US phone number. And with the second phone, we would buy local SIM cards so we would have access to local data and have a local number. That sounded like a great solution until we started researching a bit more. We've been Verizon Wireless customers for years, but unfortunately their international plans and options are pretty limited and they're quite expensive. So for someone who's traveling for a long period of time like we are, it was not something that was going to be a good long-term solution for us. But in reading other blogs and talking to other travelers, we saw a lot of references to the T-Mobile plan, which had a lot more flexibility with international use. So we thought initially, okay, all we'll do is we'll port the phone number from my phone over to T-Mobile, then we'll be able to keep our existing phone number, and then on Rachel's phone, use the local SIM cards. Sounded great until we discovered that there's a 90-day rule with the T-Mobile plan. And I called T-Mobile and talked to 2 different levels of support, and we stopped into a T-Mobile store and verified this as well. Basically what happens is with the T-Mobile plan, sure, you can use it internationally in like 140 or 150 countries, but once you are outside of the United States for more than 90 days, they put a freeze on your account until you ping back in the United States. We're going to be gone for a year, so we didn't want our phone to lock up after 90 days because we wouldn't be able to use it. They said the reason for that is the plan is really designed for short-term travel and for people that are going on vacations, not for long duration travel like we're doing. So that basically took Verizon off the table for us, that took T-Mobile off the table as well, so we kind of thought, okay, what are we going to do now? Fortunately, we've met a ton of really great, way more experienced travelers than us on social media and by reading their blogs. And so we put out some questions and got some really great advice. And so here's ultimately what we decided that we're going to do. So we are going to keep our Verizon Wireless plan for the transition from here to our first destination, which is Australia. So we'll maintain our current cell phone numbers, so that way we know that we have data and we have, are able to get in touch with people if we need to, so if there are flight delays and things like that. What we had to do though is I called Verizon and they activated what is called Travel Pass on our phones. And the way that works is once we arrive in Australia, if we use our plan, they basically charge us $10 for a 24-hour period. So we're using our existing plan, our existing data, but to use that while we're overseas in Australia, it's going to be $10. I think in other countries the pricing is a little bit different, but for where we're going, it'll be $10 for that initial 24 hours. Once we arrive, we are going to buy a local SIM card, pop that into one of the phones, and make sure that the card is working fine. Once we verify that, we're going to call Verizon and cancel our plans. And basically from that point forward, we are going to operate with local SIM cards only. And that's where we're talking with a lot of experienced travelers. They said they've done that for a long time, done that for years, and it works fine. You just have to pre-plan it a little bit and trying to determine which SIM cards work best in each country. So at that point, we'll just be operating with local SIM cards. In order to keep in touch with friends and family, fortunately technology makes that easy, so we'll do a lot of that via Skype. We'll do that, email, the message options on Twitter and Instagram, and of course through our blog. So we're really not too concerned with keeping in touch with friends and family. With businesses, like our insurance company and our storage unit, banks, we purchased a Skype phone number, which was like $50 for the year, and that allows us to maintain a phone number that they can call and contact us if they need to. We can also call the United States through Skype if we're connected to Wi-Fi. It's like a little over 2 cents per minute. And so we won't use it very often, but at least we know we have an established US phone number. The other thing that we did is For some services that require a mobile phone for verification, so they want to verify, if you're resetting your password or anything like that, want to verify your identity, we put the mobile phone number for really close friends of ours. And basically, if they get any sort of code like that, they know that to contact us directly and find out if it's okay to authorize it. And it will give them a heads up ahead of time if we need to. So that's pretty much our plan for how we're managing our mobile phones for a around the world trip. We're sure that there are going to be times that we're going to get stuck where we can't get a hold of people or our phones aren't working, but you know what, that's part of the adventure and part of the fun, and we're completely okay with it. So we'll see how it all works out. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to check out our website for other articles and videos on our Around the World Life Reset.